Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower. If you haven't been here, my name is Krista, and I use the presence of flowers along with the tarot and Reiki to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. And the prompt that came through for today's reading is align to your successful timeline, a transmission to help you rise into who you truly are and already are on some level. So, we are entering into the infinite prayer for this. That is an extended energy healing transmission. It is a guided visualization, a powerful way to connect to the ever-flowing divine wisdom and truth within you. And for this one to just align to the timeline you wish to be on, align to what success means to you. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. We can choose from 3 different flowers today. We have a smaller white zinnia, a larger purple zinnia, and this beautiful, funky, curly Q, black-eyed Susan. And just whatever's calling to you, go ahead and choose your flower, and I will see you in the reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower. For today's reading, the prompt that came through is align to your successful timeline, a transmission to help you rise into who you truly are. So we are giving you the messages today that help you align to what success means to your heart and soul. And we also are entering into the infinite prayer for this reading. So I'm going to put up this short and sweet message about the infinite prayer and how it incorporates into Patreon. And I will see you on the other side in your reading. Before we get into your reading, I'd love to share with you something that exists as a deeper extension of the Little Flower. Inspired by a dream I once had where the divine reminded me that her healing waters are overflowing and meant for everyone, I offer what I call the infinite prayer. Using holy fire Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I channel a powerful transmission each month in the Little Flower Patreon. I also offer extended infinite prayer sessions that flow from select readings, including the one you're about to receive. If you feel called to go deeper, to tap into your own sacred, ever-flowing internal spring, always pure, always moving, always offering exactly what you need the moment you choose to return, then the infinite prayer or the Little Flower Patreon may be for you. I'll share more about this at the end if you feel called. Now, let's move into your reading. Thank you so much for watching that. I do want to mention every single month I have a short window of time to get 50% off of your first month of your Patreon membership. This is the reading. This is the little window of time for you if you feel called to do that. So there will be a link listed down below if you want to get 50% off. If you do feel called to the infinite prayer transmission for this reading, going ahead and doing the 50% off of your first month of the overflow membership is the best way to do that because it's going to be actually more inexpensive to do it that way. And you also get access to plentiful, almost 2 years worth of readings and transmissions in that space. And there's no obligation to stay in the membership. So that will be available, link down below. If you're missing this opportunity, your window, hit that subscribe, hit that bell because every single month I do offer it. But let's go ahead and get into your reading. You chose group number 1 with it's like a white, but it has a hint of, it's like a blush, we'll call it, a blush zinnia. It's a little bit more of a baby zinnia. It wasn't fully like developed yet, but these are so sweet and so cute. And zinnias are symbolic of endurance, lasting friendship, and remembrance. And I'm going to ask this zinnia, do you have anything to say to group number 1? Lovely zinnia. Aw, I heard I want to be your friend. I see you. I think you are cute. I think you are adorable. I believe in you. I see past any fears or anxieties you may have. I see past all of that and I see to your heart, and I know that you are good, and I know that you are lovely, and I want to be your friend. That's really beautiful. So it feels like a message from someone new coming into your life, someone who sees you, even if you show up in an imperfect way or with anxiety or with awkwardness. There's someone I feel like that's going to come into your world that just sees you and they recognize who you are, and it's like a soulmate friendship feeling. So that's beautiful. And even if it does turn into something more, it would be starting out as this recognition, as a friendship, this familiarity, this comfort, this knowing that through any facades we put up right when we first meet people, it's like this person can see straight through anything and just be like, oh yeah, I know this person. This person's super cool. I love this person. I love every quirk. I really want to be friends with this person. I want to know this person. It's an instant recognition. So that's really cool. Claim that energy if you wish, because that is available to you. And I'm going to put your flower right up here, and we will get into your overarching theme card from the Tarot Flora. And your overarching theme is, the Eight of Cups. At first I thought it was the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment, but this is the Eight of Cups, which is about walking away from what no longer serves you. So in the context of this reading, moving into a successful timeline, your process of doing that is going to include walking away from some dynamics, connections, locations, even walking away from this feels so interrelational for you so far, like with that new friendship energy. And even with this, it feels you're moving away from dynamics, and like this could be family dynamics, this could be friend dynamics. This is just dynamics that have kind of grown stale and old, and it's like you've known for a long time that they don't mirror back to you who you truly are. And there's this feeling of you need to let go of these dynamics and these, not necessarily friendships, because it's not about cutting off people and being completely done with them and like discarding them or anything like that. It's more about recognizing that these aren't the people that need to be your everyday. You need a different everyday. You need a different dynamic moving forward in your life if you're going to become successful in the way you wish to become successful. And success, of course, can mean success in love, success in friendship, success in your business or your work or your abundance journey. It's however it's resonating for you. But this very much feels like familial or friendship related, just relationships in general is what's really coming through right off the bat. I want to pull more cards to get some more context. So I'm going to pull from the Work Your Light Oracle cards. Oh, that one, wow, that one just flew right out, and it says, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. So again, yes, this isn't about discarding something, deeming something as unworthy, deeming something as bad, and walking away from it completely. This is about recognizing what's best for you and realizing that you can have love for people that have existed in your world, but you can also outgrow the dynamic between the two of you. And you can continue to be yourself, but if they're reluctant to change or shift or alter their, perception of you, or alter their way of relating to you, or just their way of being in general, it may just come down to we're not compatible anymore, and I still love you and I'll still stay in touch, but I have to move forward. And that opens up so much energy, time, and space for the right connections to come in, the ones that will mirror back to you who you truly are, have always been. It will help you grow, it will help you expand, it will help you just feel a sense of, I can breathe here. I can breathe here. I can be all of me here, and I'm not rubbing anybody the wrong way. I don't have to watch my words. I don't have to tiptoe around anybody. I don't have to walk on eggshells. Here I can breathe, and I'm fully accepted, and not only accepted, but loved for all of these reasons that I made other people uncomfortable in the past. I'm loved for those reasons instead of side-eyed for those reasons. So we have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Okay, so you are, I just feel like you are a pro. You're a pro. Like, stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. You're already doing it. And like, you've been training for this for lifetimes. If you have any doubts about how you're moving forward in the new timeline you want to be in the new way of being you want to be in, the new level of success that you're wanting in your life, you shouldn't have doubts. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to gaslight you into not wanting, not having, I'm not saying like your doubts aren't valid or that it's not okay to, sit with those doubts and be with them and acknowledge them, of course. But that's so funny because I almost do want to say those doubts are invalid. They are invalid, you're not invalid for having them, but the doubts themselves feel invalid. They feel like not true. Like, I just feel like you have everything you need to move forward. You are on the journey, on the path. You've been walking towards your true north for ages, and you've never been off course. You've always been on course. You've always been aligned to your true north, and you've done your best along the way with the resources you've been given, with the circumstances you've been given to continue to walk towards, or like the opportunities, the options, like whatever that's been placed in front of you. You've always followed your true north, and you've done so well to navigate any obstacles to that true north. You're already doing it. That's the first message that's coming through. I just want to squash any fears or anxieties or worries that you've been doing something wrong, or that you're off course, or you've taken wrong turns and you've delayed your blessings, or you've delayed your success. That's not true. Let's get some more oracle cards. All detours have been necessary and worth it. And every day is another opportunity to take action towards your dreams. We have Moonflower with Take a Risk, and Moon Called with Meant to Be. Yes. You're right where you're supposed to be. You are not off course at all. You are heading right in the direction of your true north, right in the direction of whatever success means to you. And it may feel wonky because we do have this Eight of Cups as our overarching theme. So you could be straddling like your past and your future at the same time. And that could feel wonky, that could feel confusing, and that's okay. And it's such a cool message because it's saying it's okay if you feel confused or overwhelmed or wonky right now, because that's right where you're supposed to be. This is the transition. This is the breakthrough moment. This is how it feels to break through. There's literally nothing you can be doing different. There's nothing you could be doing differently. You're doing such an amazing job. And success is, I don't even want to say around the corner, because it feels more like success is already here. It's just you haven't broken through yet. It's like you can't see it yet, or it's like a seed that's about to burst through the ground into the sunlight, or a flower that's literally the flowers there. Like, I have sunflowers outside right now, and a lot of them are just closed up, and probably tomorrow, the flower is going to bloom, and they're going to open, and they're going to be shining their light. That's what your success is. Like, it's already here. It's already present. So you've made it, essentially. And so it's interesting. If you do have any doubts or fears, it's interesting that those are there because you've already made it. Let's dig into the tarot. Got the floral tarot today. I'm looking up at the camera, yeah, the screen, and it looks crooked, kind of. But then I'm maybe that's just the flowers on here. So I don't know. There is a wonky feeling to this reading altogether. You might feel a little off kilter right now. Just kind of moving forward, wobbling into your new future. It feels a little unbalanced, but that's okay. Ooh, 1313 as I looked up at the camera timer. 13 is a number of the Divine Feminine, and the Divine Feminine moves in a flow and can be a little chaotic, not a lot of structure. And that's kind of the energy you're meant to be in right now. Oh, you have the Two of Cups. That's cute. The Strength card. The Knight of Wands. Ooh, nice. The Star. The Ace of Swords. The Magician. And lastly, or is that a... Well, it's coming out. The Chariot. Let me organize these so that they all fit on the board. Okay. Okay, so me having organized these, shifted these, and adding that extra card I wasn't planning on adding, made the Star now be your central tarot card, which I love. The Star is literally, like this says, keep facing your true north. The Star is your true north. It is your highest ideals. It is your highest dreams and desires coming into fruition. So walking away from something is the answer to your dreams coming true. The success you wish to embody. There we go. I just like shifted the camera to make it a little more straight, and that feels better. Ah, that's interesting. It's like something's out of focus in your life. Even just shifting that camera created the sense of calm too. It's like altering one little thing, and I was thinking of a camera lens and everything being blurry, and you just like turning it just a bit, like turning the little focus thing just a bit, and everything comes into perfect clarity. And that might be kind of what needs to happen for you to align to this success that's already here. The Ace of Swords is insight, it's mental clarity and breakthrough, and this calm just kind of washed over me. Wow. And I didn't even notice that you had the Magician and the Chariot. Like, as I said it earlier, I was like absent-minded. I think that, the Chariot I remember, but the Magician I don't even remember pulling. And the Magician is such a powerful card of manifestation. The fact that I didn't even like notice it or recognize it, I feel like that's symbolic. You definitely, with the Two of Cups and the Strength card here, you definitely have soulmate relationships that you're walking towards in the next phase of your journey. And success to you is your relationships. And I feel like you've been manifesting healthier relationships, better relationships, or even a healthy relationship, like a romantic relationship and like we're talking about the Star card here. That could be your dream partner, your dream friendships, your dream relationships, your dream community. Feeling truly yourself amongst those closest to you. Instead of feeling like you don't fit in, or like something's off, or like unfulfilled in your relationships. If you walk away from what you feel called to walk away from, it will be different for each person. You will land in the arms of your soulmate or soulmates. It's like a guarantee. That's all I see here in these cards is a guarantee. It's kind of a weird feeling. I keep sitting here just for a few seconds, taking in the cards, taking in the energy. And I keep getting this feeling like you don't need this tarot reading. That you're doing it. There's so much reassurance coming through. If there's anything you need to hear, it would be like applause. It's to make me think of the Six of Wands, but the Chariot too. It's like you're moving forward into this new era and phase of your life, and you're at this transitional moment that's inevitable, that you can't miss. unless you literally turn around and start moving backwards. And like what you need right now is an applause. You need a crowd cheering you on. You need your spirit guides, your guardian angels, even your friends and family, and some of the energies that you're walking away from. There's still love there, and it's like there's a lot of pride. Like with the Strength card, there's a lot of pride surrounding you. Like people being so proud of you, your guides, your ancestors, the divine, just being so proud of you for walking towards the life of your dreams, the relationships of your dreams, for not settling, for recognizing when something isn't feeding your soul and helping you expand and moving forward, moving away from it. With love, with gratitude, with peace, with where you've been, where you're going. There's such a gratefulness coming in for you. Like you did it. You did it. Breaking patterns. Like I'm feeling breaking patterns. Like you've broken ancestral patterns, familial patterns, relational patterns, and you're breaking free. And that's why there's so much pride, because it takes a lot of work to do that. It takes a lot of courage to do that. And you're doing it. I see a lot of inspiration in your future. I see a lot of self-confidence, inner strength, self-knowing. I see you boldly stepping forward into your new horizon, your new environment, your new social circles, with like love for yourself, with acceptance for yourself, with just a profound self-knowing because of the journey you've been on, a readiness, an excitement. The Knight of Wands just makes me think you're going to be in this go-getter energy, this fun-loving energy, this social butterfly energy. I think you're going to be very inspired. If you are an artist, a writer, a creator of some sort, you're going to be in flow with your work, supported so deeply by those around you, inspired by, like, those around you are going to be so inspired by you. I'm so happy that you're in their life. And they'll inspire you too. They'll inspire you too. Why does that sound weird? They'll inspire you too. It will be reciprocal. So keep going. It's so weird. I barely have anything to say to you. I'm sorry. I feel like this reading's going to be short, but it's like, man, keep moving towards your true north unapologetically and walking away from those patterns just unapologetically. And I promise you, it will be effortless when you fall into this new flow. So yeah, I'm going to pull a final card from the, I picked a lot of flowery cards today. I mean, it makes sense. Obviously, I'm the little flower, but we have the floral tarot, the tarot flora, and then my final cards are the magic of flowers. So let's get you one last card. I will read from the guidebook for these. What does group number 1 need to hear as their final message here? All right, here it is. Whoa, look at this bad bitch in this card. She is powerful. Look at the power emanating from her hands. She knows, it makes me think of the Magician card. She knows what she's creating. She knows who she is. She's fully expressive in all of her power. This is the energy you're stepping into. We've got the hydrangea. Hydrangeas are symbolic of like showiness, but not in a negative way. It's like being all that you are in all of your light and all of your boisterousness unapologetically, unfolding into your environment and into like your community as you are and being held for that reason, because you are who you are. So let's see what the hydrangea card has to say in here. Okay, so it says, wow, I was talking about breaking patterns. It says restructure the pattern. Okay, So hydrangea's magical specialties are boundaries, deconstructing challenging karmic patterns, hex breaking, protection, redirecting curses and psychic attacks, and restructuring energy fields. Wow. Like the priestess on the card, your strong magical ability and unwavering intention can remedy this situation immediately and create the quality of energetic momentum you desire. Remember that everything is energy, including your thoughts, feelings, and clear visualizations. By simply holding your intention in mind in the form of a feeling and a calm inner knowing, you can immediately transform any challenging energetic charge into a purely positive one. Do not doubt for a second your profound, divinely designed ability to affect changes on the quantum level, and in the process to send ripples of positivity throughout the entire unified field. Hydrangea is famous for her ability to mirror the acidity levels in soil with her gorgeous variations in color. In this way, she transmutes the delicate qualities in which she is grounded into breathtaking gradations of pink, violet, and blue. Similarly, on the level of vibrational wisdom, hydrangea lets not the slightest ripple of emotion or intention go unnoticed, which is why she can be such a helpful and protective ally near any door. Take a lesson. I just noticed at my sister's house the other day that she had hydrangeas near her door, so that makes me happy. Take a lesson from hydrangea by taking a moment to tune into all the energetic subtleties of your question's subject. Get clear on your boundaries and desires and allow only what feels right to you to enter your field. Shield yourself and your energy from anything that is not of a desirable vibration and choose to powerfully, immediately transform anything that is out of integrity into pure positivity and love. So there are like a few little intentions here. There aren't very many, so I'll read them. So it says, the following ideas and messages may apply to your present situation. Notice any that particularly call out to you. Set clear boundaries. Only allow things that are of the clearest and most positive vibration to enter your home and life. Instead of feeling like a victim of fate, find the blessing within your current situation and transform it into a beautiful, divinely designed destiny. Instead of fighting against an undesirable condition or circumstance, work with it. See it as a learning experience and find the blessing it contains. Then release its challenging aspects and move forward in the light of freedom and empowerment. By the way, for this month in Patreon, my theme is Journey to Freedom. And I hardly ever just bring this up randomly, so I think it might be symbolic for some of you, and some of you may feel called to it. So if you want to check out Patreon, there's a link down below. Rather than saying no to the situation and continually adding to its negative energetic charge, say yes to it. Ooh, I love that. And allow its challenging aspects to be naturally dissolved in the light of acceptance and love. Choose to see yourself as a victor rather than a victim. Take charge of the situation and know that you always have the power to shift your life in the most positive and ideal ways. If you feel that someone is sending you negative energy of any kind, consciously and kindly redirect it back to its source. Imagine that you are surrounded by a circular mirror and just let any negative energy bounce off and go sailing back to whoever have sent it your way. Whoever may have sent it your way. This can be a loving action when you remember that this is the way karma works anyway. You're simply employing your clear sense of boundaries to help speed it along. Interesting. Okay, and it says, you could spend time with hydrangea, plant hydrangea in your yard, bring hydrangea into your home, or take the homeopathic flower essence remedy. Okay, cool. That is your final message. I do want to get an intention, or it's kind of like a statement that just comes through that corresponds and integrates into the infinite prayer transmission. So let me think about what I want to do for you guys. Okay, so I wrote down, you are already doing it. Take hold of your power and step forward with the confidence that you create your reality. I was getting some messages here with the Magician and with this hydrangea card where she's emanating this main character energy, and this is the picture on the front of the deck as well. So it feels like a main character energy. And there is this feeling of, as you step forward, as you continue to move into your destined future that you've already created, claim that magician power within you, the power you hold, and step forward with that confidence and knowing that you created this, you did this. and you still continue to do it. You've never been a victim to your circumstances. You've always been manifesting and creating the life of your dreams. You've never stopped doing that. You've never not had access to that power. So praise yourself for that. Like, you're doing an amazing job. You already are getting praise from so many in spirit. And when the people around you see your success in your life, they will be so happy for you. There's so much pride again surrounding you. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reading. There is a link down below if you feel called to the infinite prayer transmission that correlates with this reading. And again, as I mentioned before, there's an opportunity for 50% off for a short window of time. There will be a code down below for that, for 50% off your first month of membership. And if you want access to the Patreon, I get weird whenever I have to talk about like my Patreon and everything and the codes. And I'm just like, it doesn't roll off the tongue so naturally for me. So forgive me for that. But what I was saying was, if you would like to get access to the infinite prayer transmission correlated to this reading, the overflow membership is what you want to do your 50% off on, because that includes all of the extendeds off of my YouTube readings, on top of just like the basic membership of the 2 readings per month and the 1 in-depth infinite prayer transmission per month. So everything's down below. You can see down below and figure out what you want to do. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. I am honored by your presence, and I hope I see you in another reading or transmission soon. Thank you. Bye.
If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment, a sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new pick a flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single infinite prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved.
Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower. The prompt that came through for today's reading is align to your successful timeline, a transmission to help you rise into who you truly are. So if you haven't been here, my name is Krista, and I use the presence of flowers along with the tarot and Reiki to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. And for this reading in particular, we are entering into the infinite prayer. And if you haven't been here and you're curious about what that is, I have a short and sweet little video to show you, and I will see you on the other side in your reading.
Before we get into your reading, I'd love to share with you something that exists as a deeper extension of the Little Flower. Inspired by a dream I once had where the divine reminded me that her healing waters are overflowing and meant for everyone, I offer what I call the infinite prayer. Using holy fire Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I channel a powerful transmission each month in the Little Flower Patreon. I also offer extended infinite prayer sessions that flow from select readings, including the one you're about to receive. If you feel called to go deeper, to tap into your own sacred, ever-flowing internal spring, always pure, always moving, always offering exactly what you need the moment you choose to return, then the Infinite Prayer or the Little Flower Patreon may be for you. I'll share more about this at the end if you feel called. Now, let's move into your reading.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for watching that real quick. I just want to mention every single month I have a small window of opportunity to get 50% off your first month of Patreon. And this is the reading where I'm doing that. So there will be a code listed down below if you feel called to that. Remember that the Overflow membership is where you will get access to the Infinite Prayer transmission that is correlated with this reading. So it's a really good opportunity to check out the Patreon. No obligation to stay in the membership, but it is actually more inexpensive to do it that way if you do feel called to the Infinite Prayer transmission. The Infinite Prayer transmission at this point is priced at $4.44. And then if you get half off the Overflow, you're only paying $4. You don't have to stay in the membership, but you get that transmission and you can explore the almost 2 years worth of readings and transmissions that are in there. So, all right, let's get into your reading. So you chose group number 2 with the fuchsia Zinnia. So beautiful Zinnia. I chose to keep the stem and show you the side profile of it because it is just so tall and fluffy and beautiful. And let's go ahead and see what this Zinnia has to say to you today. So lovely fuchsia Zinnia. Oh, I forgot to mention zinnias are symbolic of endurance, lasting friendship, and remembrance. So lovely Zinnia, what do you have to say to group number 2? You are a breath of fresh air. I never knew I needed you in my life until you showed up. And now we're here together. We love each other. We support each other. We're there for each other. We take care of each other. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you so much for being you. I am honored to be in your presence. And I love you forever. Aw, that's beautiful. It's so interesting because wasn't intended to be like a love readings or a relationship type reading, but that's what came through in group number 1. It really did seem to be about success in relationships and in community. And it may not, be that for the rest of this reading, but that's what's coming through with this flower. It feels like there's a partner that's meant to be in your life that is so grateful for you. Like the energy actually just felt like of course you'll be grateful for them, but this felt like, wow, I cannot believe you found your way into my life. Like I am so grateful for you. You are amazing. You are everything I could ever ask for. And like that energy is coming through. Like you are the blessing, like they're a blessing of course too, but like in this specific message, it feels like you need to recognize that you're such a blessing to other people. And they're so grateful for you. And that's exactly how you're supposed to feel in a relationship. So beautiful. Love that. Thank you, Zinnia. I'll put her right up here. And I pulled overarching theme cards from tarot cards today. And these are called the Tarot Flora. And let's see what you have. Oh, wow. Oh, yikesy doodles. We have the Devil as your overarching theme, and I'm going to cover up part of it because there are nipples showing, naked people here, or naked little, what do you call those? Like the humanoids that have the antlers, fawns. So we have the Devil. Wow. Oh my God. That is some intense energy. I know the Devil is associated with Capricorn energy. The Devil itself can be about entrapments, addictions, obsessions, compulsions. It can be about that negative voice in your head, that self-doubt, that talking down to yourself. So honestly, I'm not going to read too much in it right off the bat. I think I'm going to pull more cards to understand why the Devil card is here as your overarching theme. It can also be about passion and intensity. So we'll see. Let's get into it. So we'll pull from the Work Your Light Oracle first. The Devil is definitely not what I expected. That's so interesting. And with something kind of did ping there for a second, like with talking about negative self-talk, and the opposite came through with the flower, like the message of what a blessing you are, how much I love you, like this external voice telling you how grateful they are to have you in their life. And there could be a juxtaposition there where like the way you see yourself versus how others see you. But again, I want to pull cards to get more of an understanding of what the message really is here. The heart of the reading is what I intend these overarching theme cards to be. Felt like two cards like were connected to each other. It still kind of feels that way for some reason. I don't know. And then what about this one? Here we go. So we have Inner Temple with devotion, tune into the portal of your heart, and then play with have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. The devil can also be about sensual pleasures, and that's kind of what this card with the play card is making me think of. We have a woman wearing like a bikini, and she's like flowing and dancing and moving her arms, and she's in like a alcohol, like a glass of, a martini or a margarita or something. And it looks so divine at the same time. It's like sensual pleasures, but seeing the divine in that. And we also have these two, it's kind of like a mirrored image of one woman, but she looks nude. So we have a lot of fairly almost nude people. Like some are nude, and most of them are barely wearing any clothing. So this could be an energy shift you make into loving your body, loving who you are, feeling more contented in your body, feeling more connected to the pleasure centers of your being, of your body. Feeling unapologetic in seeking what truly lights you up and living a life that is authentic to your desires. I'm going to pull a couple more cards from the Moonology Messages Oracle. We'll get a little more. So you attuning to what a successful timeline looks like for you is really living in your body, connecting to your body, feeling like you can live in a slow and fluid way throughout your day, feeling unapologetic about allowing pleasure into your life every day, experiencing pleasure every day. Even with this inner temple, it's like cultivating a pleasureful existence and protecting that as you move forward in your life. This is weird. I'm like wanting to pull this card, but there's like a resistance around it. Like there's a hesitance, which makes me as a reader want to pull it even more because I'm curious. I might not set it down, but I want to see what this is. Oh, okay. It says Moon Madness, avoid drama. That's interesting. I actually want to put this down here. Let's pull a couple more. And then Dark Side of the Moon with mystery, and Reach for the Moon with go for it. I didn't do this for the first group. I didn't put, one of these Moonology deck cards as like a central card, but I feel called to do it with this Moon Madness and avoid drama. I mean, it being under the Devil card, it feels connected somehow. You're meant to break patterns and walk into a life of true pleasure and desires fulfilled. And there might be a little resistance around you for that. Like, people trying to hold you back from that. Energies trying to hold you back from that. But you're meant to free yourself. You're meant to be free. Sometimes suffering can mask itself or cloak itself in virtue when that's not, or disguise itself as virtue. Because maybe perhaps other people you've known, grown up around, have taken it on as a badge of honor. And that's not something you want to do or something that you are meant to do. Suffering is a part of life, but you're not meant to, it's not meant to be a part of your lifestyle. Suffering is just something we enter into and out of as a part of being human. But most of what being human is meant to be is pleasure, connection, love, joy, freedom. We're meant to live a beautiful life. We can have a beautiful life if we only walk towards it, if we only have the courage to walk towards it, to walk away from what isn't serving us in our dreams and what we really want, to let go of the attachments, the entanglements that get in the way of us claiming who we truly are. I can relate to this because I feel like sometimes in the past anyway, I've taken on responsibilities that weren't mine to take on. It felt like duty in the moment, but looking back on it, I think it was just a distraction or a way of holding myself back from what I really wanted and maybe feared in a way. And I think that might be what's going on in this reading, and the message that's coming through is like, don't hold yourself back out of fear and don't disguise that as duty. Like, you are meant to be free. You are meant to go live your best, most authentic, most fulfilled, most pleasurable life. You're meant to walk towards that. And know the difference between a call on your heart and what is disguising itself as duty. And there is this feeling of traversing that underworld of, it feels like there are attachments, there are like expectations. It could be like familial expectations, like ancestral patterning, etc. It could be so many things, but traversing those attachments and finding those differences. Again, the difference between the call on your heart and something disguising itself as duty that really is just entanglement and entrenchment and perpetuating a cycle. And you can do that. I believe you have it in you to be aware and to know the difference. I think you're being called into like a new way of being. You're breaking attachments. You're letting go of expectations of those around you, and you're doing something that feels a little scary, like with Dark Side of the Moon and Mystery, and then Reach for the Moon and Go for it. And both of those cards, they're looking up, it's like following your true north. And this Moon Madness, avoid drama in the center. It's like there are like these steps that go out into the openness, and it reminds, like, if we kind of connect these two cards, we have the night sky here with Dark Side of the Moon and Mystery, and then we have like this landscape that's all barren. It's like a desert landscape with a crescent moon, and then this full moon in front of this door, which is about fulfillment, the full moon, and these steps that go into the night sky. It's kind of making me think of like walking into a mystery, walking into the unknown, but freeing yourself in the process. So if there's something you're wanting to change in your life, something you're wanting to go after that feels a little scary, that feels a little risky, you're being encouraged to go ahead and do it. And along the way, you might have to observe these urges to stay in a comfort zone or stay connected to your patterning or your attachments. And you have to slowly and steadily be with those and just keep making those decisions to move forward towards your true north. That's literally the only directive. Keep going, keep choosing yourself. And those attachments and patternings will start to they're not getting stronger. They're just being perceived as stronger because you're starting to feel them in more of a contrast. So all you have to do is sit with them, be with them, observe them as you move forward unapologetically. Whatever backlash that may come of it is what it is, but you have to keep going and claiming the life you know you're worthy of. Okay, I'm going to pull some tarot from the Floral Tarot. You might have resistance because perhaps decisions you'll make moving forward will create some sort of drama in your life, and you're fearful of that. And it's almost like you want to stay in a comfort zone of like, I just don't want to rock the boat. But there is this way of, like, I love that the phrase is avoid drama. Like, there is a way to avoid the drama. There is. And I feel like just lovingly and slowly and steadily making those decisions to move forward and staying resolute about it, I just have this feeling that it's not going to be as if this relates to you, it's not going to be as dramatic as you think it's going to be. Like and even if it is, you still have to keep going. Okay, so we have, ooh, beautiful. The Ace of Cups, a new emotional beginning. Yes. The Five of Wands. That makes sense. The King of Wands. The Page of Cups. I love that you have the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups. You are so meant for a new beginning full of love and pleasure and joy and fun and playfulness. Yes, like you're entering into a phase of life where you get to be free and have fun and celebrate. And you have a lot to celebrate. Ooh, Ace of Wands, another ace, new beginnings. And wow, you have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. That is ultimate self-confidence, ultimate self-love, moving forward, knowing who you are, knowing what you want, feeling balance in your masculine and your feminine. You moving forward consistently into your dream life, into the next phase of your journey and leaving behind what's not serving you. When you land in the new reality or in the new choice, that King and Queen of Wands within you. Oh, 1717. Oh my God. I looked up the camera timer. It said 1717. That's the number of the star that is your highest ideals and dreams and hope returning. And yeah, beautiful. But you're entering into a time of confidence, knowing who you are, loving who you are, inspiration with the Ace of Wands, feeling fulfilled with the Ace of Cups. That Five of Wands, it keeps, like, we keep nodding to this inner conflict along the way. But once you make the choice, once you, like, get to the other side of this transition, there is a sigh of relief. There is this breath of fresh air. There is this lightheartedness, this playfulness, this sense of, why didn't I do this sooner? This feeling of wanting to just go out and celebrate your life. Just be happy and be so grateful for your life. Jackson's here. He's my Bengal cat, and I'm not going to let him up here because his setup is so beautiful and he's totally going to mess it up. Wait. Okay. Maybe I will. You want to come up, buddy? Be careful. Be careful, bud. You can come up. Okay. He's coming to say hi. I'll just make sure he doesn't mess it up too much. Anyway, here's Jackson. He's saying hi to you. Do you have anything to say to group number 2, buddy? If you have pets, they'll thank you. they'll be so happy for you that you made these choices to walk into the pleasure of your soul. I just got a feeling like I support this. I support this decision. So Jackson supports you and cheers you on. This is a similar energy to group number 1. It must be collective, this transition and this up-leveling, this aligning to what success means to you. It's just, this is nodding more to, like, the releasing of all of those entanglements along the way. But it's not gotta be, it's just not gotta be, like this card says, don't be so serious. It's not gonna be as serious as you think. It's just gonna, like, if you just trust in your path and keep making those steps forward, all of those entanglements that you feared would hold you back, they'll just start falling away effortlessly. Just stay light, stay airy, stay joyful, send love. Send love where any negativity is directed at you. Just send love back. Protect yourself. You've got this. Is there anything else here before I pull our final card and get into our infinite prayer transmission? I don't know. I think I'm ready to pull the final card. We're going to pull a card from the Magic of Flowers, and I'm going to read from the guidebook. I was just getting the idea of the Devil card and how, you know, we all have that element within us, like that Devil card energy. And it's making me think of, there are two sides of the coin to it, though. When it's in balance, when it's healthy, we can unapologetically receive and embody a sense of connectedness and self-love, pleasure, peace, acceptance for our humanity, like inner balance. And it's just when it's out of balance, it can be pretty rough. But that element in balance in its rightful place brings so much. Even before I got into this reading, I was feeling this connectedness to my body and feeling very like accepting of just who I am in general and my body and my humanity, and feeling like the people around me love me for who I am, and I can just breathe in all of me, in like my weirdness, my humanness, my grotesqueness at times. Like we're all kind of gross at times. Like loving, like knowing that there's just love for every element, you know, like of who you are. That's the feeling here. An acceptance for all of you, the dirty, you know, ugly sides of you, like acceptance and love for all of it. So yeah, let's pull that final card. Oh, wow, okay. I'm curious what these are. They just flew out. Okay, actually, this is the one. This is the one that wants to come out. We have geranium. I shall read from the guidebook. All right, we've got resilience. Geranium's magical specialties. Wow, exorcism, goddess energy and feminine healing, happy home, health and healing, heart healing, love, positive energy, protection, purification, strength, courage, resilience, support for children, and truth. Take a moment to consider geranium's potent, healing, vitalizing scent, vibrantly colored leaves and flowers, and unflagging survival strategies, and generally vigorous nature. This is precisely the energy that you are called upon to embody right now. Just like geranium, you can be your precious, sensitive, magical self while also being extremely hardy and resilient. No matter what you are presently experiencing, you can survive, flourish, and emerge stronger and with more wisdom, understanding, and life experience than you otherwise would have. Like the girl in the image, imagine yourself surrounded with vibrant geraniums and strongly supported by a sturdy tree. Feel the sacred ground beneath your feet, nourishing you, supporting you, and providing you with the sturdiness and ground you need. Indeed, you are never alone. As a priestess or priest of the earth, you have a tremendous support system, Gaia and all her children, with whom she is one, lovingly and faithfully surrounding you at all times. Even if you're currently in a city or see more cement and asphalt than earth, remember that from the planet's perspective, all modern structures were erected less than a heartbeat ago, and even the most developed areas still retain their true, ancient, sacred nature. Take a moment to honor this sacred nature now, and know that you are in no way separate from it. The earth's wisdom is your wisdom, and the earth's strength is your strength. Whatever challenges or situations you may be traversing, an extreme storehouse of natural power is available to you at this very moment. Plug into the energy grid of the earth. Stand your ground. Glow with your power. Let your words and actions be fueled by your ancient inner knowing that you are one with everything. Thrive. The following ideas and messages may apply to your present situation. Notice any that particularly call out to you. Be strong. Know that you will make it through. Allow yourself to receive strength and support from other people and the earth. Lend your strength and support to any loved ones who may need it right now. Trust that you will heal. Move forward bravely and actively bring out the outcome you desire. Remember that you are powerful. Consciously align with the earth. Spend time in a forest or with a tree. Okay. And then it says, like, smell geranium, spend time with geranium, plant geranium in your garden, take the homeopathic flower essence remedy, or inhale or anoint yourself with essential oil of geranium. Geranium does smell really good, the essential oil, so I do promote that message. But yeah, this woman in this card is grounded. She's in her power, she's in her body, but she's also in her femininity, in her flow. And there is this feeling of falling into a flow of where you're meant to be and knowing that you're completely supported in so many ways, not only by the earth, but by humanity as well. And you have the power within you to move forward, to make the changes you need to make in your life, and to slowly and steadily watch as old patterning just falls away. You are meant to rise into who you're meant to be, into a life of pleasure, of love, of connectedness, of knowing that you are just held. And even that message that came through in the beginning is coming back. It's like you are meant to be surrounded by those who see you as such a blessing and who accept you and love you for exactly who you are. And who you are and who you're not, like in your darkness, in your light, in all of you. You're meant to be seen and held by those around you. And if you don't have that in your life, walk towards it. Let whatever needs to fall, fall. Let whatever drama you're worried about just fade away, because it will fade away. I promise you, it would be so much more worth it to deal with drama temporarily than to be trapped permanently. So keep moving towards your true north, what you want. You deserve a life of pleasure. I can't say it enough. You deserve a life of joy. You deserve to have dreams come true. You deserve to feel loved and honored for exactly who you are. That's your message. And we're going to enter into the infinite prayer. So if you feel called to the infinite prayer transmission, I am going to write down like an intention or a statement that is inspired by your reading that will go into that session. Okay, I wrote, you are so supported and loved for all of who you are. Claim the life of freedom and pleasure you're meant for. So that infinite prayer transmission, the link for that will be listed down below if you just want to do it one off. But again, there is this short window of opportunity to get 50% off your first membership of Patreon. If you get the overflow membership, it will include the infinite prayer transmission for this reading. So if you catch me in this window for the code down below, that will be even more inexpensive to do it that way. Get access to that infinite prayer transmission and so many readings, almost 2 years worth of readings and transmissions at this point. No obligation to stay in the membership. But if you do miss the window, again, just subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and you won't miss another opportunity. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I am honored by your presence, and I hope I see you in another reading or transmission soon. Thank you. Bye.
If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new Pick a Flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single infinite prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved.
Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower. The prompt that came through for today's reading is align to your successful timeline, a transmission to help you rise into who you truly are. So this is going to be a message to help you align to the success you seek, and this can mean success in any way. It came through in the first couple of groups very relationally, like success in relationships. So we'll see how this one goes. If you haven't been here, my name is Krista, and I use the presence of flowers along with the tarot and Reiki to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. And you chose, oh, you know what? I forgot to mention, we are entering into the infinite prayer. And if you are curious about the infinite prayer, here's a short and sweet little intro about it, and I will see you in your reading.
Before we get into your reading, I'd love to share with you something that exists as a deeper extension of the Little Flower. Inspired by a dream I once had where the divine reminded me that her healing waters are overflowing and meant for everyone, I offer what I call the infinite prayer. Using holy fire Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I channel a powerful transmission each month in the Little Flower Patreon. I also offer extended infinite prayer sessions that flow from select readings, including the one you're about to receive. If you feel called to go deeper, to tap into your own sacred, ever-flowing internal spring, always pure, always moving, always offering exactly what you need the moment you choose to return, then the Infinite Prayer or the Little Flower Patreon may be for you. I'll share more about this at the end if you feel called. Now, let's move into your reading.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for watching that. This is my reading of the month where I offer a short window of time to give you 50% off your first month of your Patreon membership. If you feel called to the Infinite Prayer transmission for this reading, going ahead and getting the Overflow membership is a really cool way to gain access to not only the extended infinite prayer, all of the extended infinite prayers from the YouTube readings, but almost 2 years worth of readings and transmissions that are in there. If you happen to catch this window of opportunity, it's more inexpensive to go ahead and do that. No obligation to stay in the membership, but it's a cool way to get both the transmission and explore the membership in case you find out that you want to stay there. So that is all listed. Everything you need is listed down below. So let's get into your reading. You chose group number 3 with the Black-Eyed Susan. And Black-Eyed Susans are symbolic. Well, they're associated with life-giving energy and the positivity of the sun. So they very much sun energy. They're very resilient. They grow wild here. I happen to plant these ones by seed, but they do grow wild here. And yeah, let's see what this lovely curly Q Black-Eyed Susan has to say to you. Black-Eyed Susan, do you have, 2:22 as I looked up at the camera timer. Do you have anything to say to group number 3? You are all that you're meant to be. You shine like the sun. If you're reaching for something, shooting for something, just know that it's never been outside of you. Whatever you're reaching to attain has always been a part of you, inevitable, awaiting your reception, awaiting your awakening, awaiting your alignment to it. But it's always been yours. Know that. Know that all the positivity and good that is coming your way is simply a reflection of your soul nature. There's no such thing as deserving it. It's simply who you are. You are love. You are abundance. You are joy. You are connection. You are freedom. And to see that reflected in the world around you is simply an outpouring of who you already are. Always remember that. All right, wow, lovely message from the Black-Eyed Susan here. So let's put her right up here. And as an overarching theme card, I pulled cards from the Tarot Flora. And you got, oh my God, you got the Four of Wands as your overarching theme card. Very much a breath of fresh air. Group number 2 had the Devil card. So joy, overflowing, which it wasn't, no reading, like I'm not like comparing the two, but this is beautiful. Four of Wands, joy, overflowing joy, homecoming. There's this like reception energy, this celebration energy, this love, this pride coming in for you, this gratitude for you. Like just beaming positivity is all I see right now. And like a reclamation of who you truly are, and embodying that so much that the world around you has no choice but to reflect your light back to you in the form of people who love you, in the form of the greatest love you've ever known, in the form of so much nourishment, like anything you may need, all of your needs met and more, any pleasures you seek, everything you could ever want and need that fulfills your soul. That's the feeling here. It just feels like you are home. And it doesn't have to be extravagant. It can be simple, but it's about ultimate fulfillment, just like fulfillment in your soul, feeling at home in your soul, in your body, on on the world, on the earth, in the world, in your connections, in your community, knowing you're right where you're meant to be in every part of your cellular reality. That's the energy that's coming through. You deserve this because it's who you are in essence. So that's, I mean, gosh, like, can we even go up from here? Like, what kind of cards are going to come through? Let's see. So I'll pull from the Work Your Light Oracle. Let's see what we get. The Black-Eyed Susans, I'm quite fond of them, but lately I'm like, man, what a sucky name, like a Black-Eyed Susan. Like, that's like a woman who has a black eye. That doesn't sound nice. I wonder what, I think there was another name for them. Let me look that up real quick. Oh, well, this would be cuter if people just called it a brown-eyed Susan. That's so much cuter. Or a yellow daisy. I did see that at one point. You could just call it a yellow daisy. I'm going to call it brown-eyed Susans from now on. I just knew the phrase black-eyed Susan because when I was younger, I worked in a flower garden. And it was an older man that I worked in a restaurant when I was 16. And this sounds sketchy, but I promise you it's not. There was an older man who came in and sat at the bar and drank coffee. And, there were a lot of regulars, And so you get to know them. And it was when I was 18, actually. I was still working there. His wife had passed away about the year prior. And she had this massive flower garden in her yard. And he needed help maintaining it. So he actually paid me. And oh my God, I didn't even put this together. But me and my friend Susan. That's so funny. Black-eyed Susan. I wasn't even thinking about that. But yeah, me and my friend Susan. He paid us to work in the flower garden for a couple years. And that's where I learned about like what it was called, the Black-eyed Susan, and just the flower itself literally always reminds me of that time in my life. And why have I never put that together that my friend Susan was helping me with the garden? That's so funny. Anyway, I don't even know why I told you that story. We'll just leave it in there because maybe it has some little confirmations in it. Okay, well, these two cards flew out, so we're going to keep these. We have the initiation with rite of passage and crossing the threshold. And then Akasha with your guidance is divinely guided. That's beautiful. It's just giving me this vibe of like your spirit guides just submitting to God, like they're straight from source. And they're this loving presence. I never really thought about it, but I guess like God sends spirit guides and angels to come down to earth because they're able to kind of move between realms. They're not 3D beings, but they're closer to the 3D. So like, and then that's kind of the idea of Jesus Christ, right? Jesus Christ is this bridge to the divine because if we were to look directly at the divine, we'd literally die, like because we aren't worthy, So I don't know why any of this is. I'm just like rambling. I'm sorry on your reading, but it's just making me think of like your guides being guided by something even more higher up and divine. So there's an intense energy suddenly coming through, though, I will say, with this initiation, rite of passage, and crossing the threshold. There is this feeling of intensity here, like a rebirth. That's what it feels like. Like you're going through a rebirth. That energy that initially came through with the Four of Wands is the energy you're walking towards, but it feels a little intense in the process. And I think knowing that you're, like with this, your guidance is divinely guided with Akasha, I just know that you are being guided by the divine herself, and in you, like this process isn't easy, but it will be so worth it on the other side. You were so meant for this life of, it's a homecoming. This transition, this initiation you're walking through, on the other side, it feels like a homecoming. Like you're coming home finally. And it's beautiful. Let's keep pulling cards though. See what else comes through. Pulling from the Moonology Messages Oracle. And by the way, I have cats in here. So if you hear weird noises, it's just them being weirdos. Juniper's, I don't know, she's just playing, running around, being goofy. Okay, so we have, this came through in group 2, Moon Madness with Avoid Drama, and Moon Mastery with the Law of Attraction. The Law of Attraction is a really good, it totally mirrors that message from the Brown-Eyed Susan. Like what you're attracting is who you already are. It's so funny that we think we have to work so hard to shift and process and align to what we want and manifest what we want, when really what we want is who we already are. And all we have to do is align to that internally and just slowly and steadily make moves in the world, you know? And I think the more we align to who we truly are, the more fulfillment we simply find in our day-to-day, and we're okay with where we're at, and we're not seeking and wanting to force something else, or like running away from something, or wanting to move something or change something. It's like, if we're just going inward and finding the peace within, the love within, the joy within, as we move through, we just naturally emanate that energy, and we naturally attract it to us, and we attract ourselves to it. So it's much more simple than a lot of times we make it out to be, to create our dream life, to manifest our desires. So let's get into the tarot. I'm going to pull from the Floral Tarot. Whew. This is kind of, there's like an intense energy coming through, and I will say I had some resistance come up before I did this reading. I did group 1 and 2 and flowed right through those, and then this one I just had this weird feeling of like resistance. Like I almost didn't want to do it. Like I suddenly felt like, oh, I'm really tired. Like I was like coming up with excuses in my mind not to do it. So it's kind of funny. That could be part of this transition for you, this rite of passage that you're walking through. It's like this timeline shifting. That's the topic of the reading. You know, it's like your timeline shifting. You're moving into a new timeline where you feel more at home, but it's like, it's intense. It's a transformation. It's an internal and external transformation that's occurring. And I could see why along the journey you have resistance. You might have resistance to it. Because sometimes you just want to be comfortable. Sometimes you just want to lay down and veg out and not rise to what you're called to do. But once you rise to the thing, it comes through naturally. Like with this reading, like once I sit down and start channeling the messages, they come. It feels natural, you know? Like, yeah, I still feel that pang of intensity, but I'm moving through it, and it's light, and it's really not a big deal. And I love the Moon Madness with Avoid Drama. It's so funny because I feel like we do that as human beings. Like, we know we're supposed to do something. We feel called to something. Like, for instance, I have been feeling called to paint something. Like, I just do channeled art, and I have a canvas sitting there. I have the paint supplies in my room, and I'm like, it's going to happen soon. It's going to happen like one day. And it's like, clearly there's some sort of resistance internally. And it's like, I just have to sit down and do it, even when I don't feel like it, I think, you know, and it will come through when I'm doing it. So there is something here about that. Like, you're moving into a new layer of your being, or deepening into a new sense of who you are, and magnifying that in the world around you, manifesting what you want. And it does require, I guess, just like showing up. That's the funny thing. It feels like, oh, my point with that was like with avoid drama. It's like, we think we're avoiding the drama because like we have this resistance to doing the thing, and we're like, oh, I'm too tired, or oh, I'm too nervous about that, or I don't want to show up for that. And literally we like spiral ourselves into a drama about it, instead of just sitting down and like quieting that voice that's like being resistant and being a brat about it, and sitting down and just showing up and doing the thing. And then once we're done, we feel so much better. We moved through the energy. We're on the other side. We've timeline hopped into the new reality where, from like in my instance, the painting's painted and I love it and it's beautiful and it was so enjoyable to create. And, you know, I'm at a new, like it, I don't know, you know, it's just, it's so funny how we do that to ourselves whenever the showing up is actually easier than the resisting. But yet we kind of like, we just mull about in the resistance. Okay, so we have Eight of Wands. Yes, I feel like you are about to timeline jump. I mean, I know that's the topic of the reading, but like the Eight of Wands is about forward movement, and it's fast. It's something that happens quickly. I just feel like you do, and there are five birds, and that's five is a number of change. So fast change. You show up for what you're called to do, even in simple actions. Through resistance, you just show up anyway. Things can shift in an instant. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords, the Page of Wands. Yeah, there's resistance. I'm like wanting to pull this card, and there's like resistance around it, and it is going to be your central tarot card. So let's see. Ooh, interesting. Knight of Swords. That is like one of the fastest cards in the deck as well. Oh my God. Maybe you're scared a little. Maybe like you sense that a huge change is coming, and like you're a little afraid to like make it happen, because once you show up for the thing, once you align and you take the action step that's aligned to like that internal shift that you're calling in for yourself, it's like maybe there's a little bit of fear there, because things can shift in an instant. The Fool, yeah, there could definitely be fear, because the Fool is a leap of faith. The Fool can be scary. New beginnings. The Magician, yes, and the Chariot. These two came through in group number 1, Magician and the Chariot, but totally different energy here. So with the Ten of Swords being here, and the Ten of Swords being about painful endings, processing and walking through something that's over. But I heard the phrase, that like beating a dead horse phrase, that came through. And there might be a feeling of lollygagging around in the ending, picking it apart, like in the name of Juniper. What do you want? What? You want to go out? You want to go outside? All right, she just wanted out. She was getting restless. But like lollygagging around in the ending when you're supposed to be walking into the new beginning. That's the feeling. And I see like insight coming in for you. Like we got the Page of Wands. That's about inspiration and heading in a new direction and following the muse. And I mean, gosh, holy moly. Like over here is all major arcana, like the Fool, the Magician, the Chariot. It's like you can create anything you want. You have so much momentum behind you. Like there's just a choice here, a choice to be made to show up and align and do the thing, do the damn thing. Like you can create any reality you choose to align to. And I see that's the only, I don't know how to like articulate this. This is so funny. This energy is so funny. It's like everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of like a couple action steps in your life. And maybe they're big action steps and maybe they'll take 6 months to a year. Who am I to say? Like, but everything you want is on the other side of, like, it wouldn't even be more than a year. There's no way with a Chariot, Eight of Wands, a Knight of Swords. Like, this is something that could happen way more quickly than you ever could imagine. Or maybe it's not more than you ever could imagine. I think that you can make fast changes in your life. And I feel like I keep using that word lollygagging. Like you're lollygagging because it's almost like part of you is like, I don't know, that sounds like a lot of work. Like, I don't know, that just seems like a lot of energy and I'm tired. Or like, like, I don't know if I'm ready. Like, I really just want to be comfortable for now. And it's like, do you though? Do you really still just want to be comfortable? Or do you want to go live your damn dreams? Like, what do you really want? Let's search the soul here, And it's like, there are things you can do in the world to move forward into your dream life. And you're kind of putting them off a little bit. That's the feeling. There's a humor around it, but there's also like, come on, like your guides, like with this, your guidance is divinely guided. And it's so funny because they are like just how I was talking about, they're a bridge between you and the divine, and they have to like come down to your level a little bit. And there's this funny feeling of like, oh my God, come on, is she ever gonna hop on this damn horse? Like, it's just waiting here for her, you know? Like, let's just like, let's go. Like, we're just, come on. Like, they're like checking their watch. Like, are we going or what? You know, like, and then you're over there like, no, I need to go and like make sure this is okay. I need to put this in place. I'm like, is everything, are we really ready? Like, do I have all the things I need? Like, you know, making sure your baggage is like, yeah, there's like a stagnancy like going on. And it's like, it's making me think of like stagnant water, how it like kind of gets gross and it's like not very, like it's toxic and blah. It's like, we're kind of just, you know, it's time to move forward. You know, and even like if you're in the toxic water, you could be like, I don't know, but this toxic water really needs cleaned up, you know, like maybe I should. No, you need to leave the toxic water and go move into fresh waters, period. Leave the toxic water. Someone else can clean it up or it'll dry up or whatever. It's not your responsibility. So yeah, that's the energy here. That is the energy here. You're meant to take a leap of faith. You're meant to actively participate in your manifestation. You're meant to align to the energy that you already know innately that you're meant to align to, and you're meant to take action steps that are in alignment with that energy. And then you have so much support behind you. The momentum is already in place. So what do you choose to do? What do you choose to do? Are you ready? Are you ready? Do you want to go now? Earlier, I saw the clock when it was 1:23, and I was just like, oh, like I noticed it, and it was like 1, 2, 3. And I thought, oh, that feels like the beginning of like a race, or like 1, 2, 3, go. And that's kind of what you need to do here. Like 1, 2, 3, okay, go. Let's do it. Let's activate that solar plexus. Let's activate like our power, our inner power, our manifestation power, and make something happen. It is time. On the other side of this is everything you've ever wanted. Let's do it. Are you fearful? I know I was mulling over some stuff recently, and I was like, there was someone I wanted to, like, I was interested in, and I didn't know if they were seeing anybody, and I was just like, you know what? Like, I hadn't seen him in a while, and I wanted to go into their place of work. It was like, it's a coffee shop that they worked at. And I was like, okay, I'll just go in there and I'll make myself present. You know, like I'll just be there. And like, if he's interested, he'll pursue me, you know, he'll talk to me, and we'll go from there. So at least I'm shooting my shot in that way, you know, like I'm making myself available to the thing I want. And I literally mulled over it for like 2 months. 2 months before I finally, well, I ended up reaching out to him. I realized I still had his phone number from when I worked with him before. And I ended up reaching out to him, and he didn't really like engage. And then my friend later, it was like perfect timing, told me that he's seeing someone. So I got my answer, but I probably would have gotten my answer a lot sooner if I would have just did the scary thing and went in there, and he wouldn't have engaged because he would have been seeing someone. And maybe he wouldn't have been at that point. I don't know, but it's okay. I got my answer, you know. But my point is, if I would have just done the thing early on, it wouldn't have been hanging over my head. I wouldn't have gotten my answer one way or another. And for me, it really felt like I didn't really care about like the rejection element of it. I more so cared about, I need to stop like holding myself back from what I really want, just out of a fear of putting myself out there. So anyway, all that to say, and just a question, and it might not resonate with everybody here, but like I would ask, like maybe you should ask yourself, like, what am I afraid of? Am I afraid of something going right? Like, because that's what I was realizing after that. After all of that went down, I got my answer. I was like, man, why was I so afraid to do that? Why did I, like, it was hovering over my head for like 2 months to do that. And there was this pressure and weight on me that I just couldn't get out of my head until I did it, you know? I just know if I would have just done it right away, I would have been, I mean, I'm still proud of myself for reaching out, but blah, 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 blah. I am so sorry. I might cut some of this story out. It is so rambly, but I think you understand my point. It's just so good to put yourself out there, to do the thing, rip the Band-Aid off, because honestly, if I would have done it like super soon, it would have been fine. I did it anyway. And I just would have like cleared that energy out of my world and moved forward in my life and felt more free, afterwards, and been more, I was so proud of myself, for finally doing it, and just knowing, and I knew that it was more than just like that person, it was me, and it was what I want in my life. And I recognized like, oh, I know why I'm so scared, because that is an actual good guy, like that is an actual person that I could like see myself being compatible with, and see treating me well and being respectful towards me no matter what. It's like a good person. And I was like, wow, I think I'm a little bit afraid of something going right in my romantic life. Like I'm afraid of like something working out. Like what does that mean after that? I don't know. Like, so I think, yeah, like maybe ponder, that fear. Like if that fear is present for you, like where am I going, and am I afraid of good things coming in, and why? And I just know that you are meant for, like, this homecoming energy that came through with the Four of Wands and with the Brown-Eyed Susan, that message about what you are attracting is who you already are. It's a reflection of who you are. And you're going to be comfortable there because it's who you are. It's a reflection of who you are. You can't not be comfortable. So there's no reason not to go for it. It may be like a shock to the nervous system to take the leap of faith, and the initial leap of faith. And again, it might happen the way I did, where I got like basically rejected, like shut down a little bit. Like I tried to engage in conversation, and he was respectful back. Like, yeah, it's still me, kind of like talked to me for a second, but shut down the conversation because clearly he was seeing someone. But like, I was relieved. It was fine, like it was like, oh, okay, answers given. I just think it's so worth it just to like put yourself out there and take the leaps and go after what you want, and get that rejection therapy. And, like that's so important for your growth and for your expansion. And all it will do is align you to exactly what is meant for you. So it's beautiful, yeah. Okay. Okay. I think that's it for the tarot. And oh my God, I'm so sorry if all of that was so rambly at the very end there. I feel like I was talking in circles. But let's get into your final message from the Magic of Flowers Oracle. And I am going to read from the guidebook for this. And then we will get an intention for the infinite prayer. All right. So beautiful. Look at this. You got Clover. I hope this is about good luck. Ooh, okay. Gentle strength. Clover's magical specialties: abundance, beauty, gentle strength, health and healing, protection, purification, and simplicity. Consider a tiny white clover blossom in a vast meadow. She does not tower over the scene or even steal your attention with a bold shape or vivid color. She trusts her inherent worthiness and beauty, and she knows without a doubt that she contains infinity within her every cell. Here is some advice. Proceed with gentleness and humility, all the while knowing that your power source is infinite. If you follow the clover's example of gentle strength, it will be simply a matter of time before you experience favorable conditions relating to the subject of your inquiry. After taking a moment to relax and clear your mind, get very clear on what feels right to you, what you'd like to experience, and what you wouldn't like to experience. Then realize, believe, and affirm that your authentic desire is simply a picture of what is already so in the place beyond time. From the grounded trust in the integrity of your desire, move forward. This may entail speaking up or staying silent, taking action, or lying low. It will not entail hurrying, worrying, forcing the ego's agenda, or acting out of desperation in any way. The bottom line is that once you align yourself deeply with the harmonic resonance of your divine source, you will know just what to do. The following ideas and messages may apply to your present situation. Notice any that particularly call out to you as you read. Relax your belly and solar plexus and connect with your personal power. Do energy healing work related to your sacral and solar plexus chakras, the energy centers located just below and above your belly button. Oh my gosh, that's weird. My solar plexus and sacral were like pulsating as I read that. Do yoga, walk, or engage in other gentle exercises regularly. This is about regulating your nervous system, because I think moving forward, you are going to have these minor moments of where your nervous system's a little activated because you're taking like leaps of faith. You're doing things that are out of your comfort zone. And so this is beautiful. This is beautiful advice, and especially activating your sacral and solar plexus. Those are really good chakras to work with through this initiation you're walking through into fullness, wholeness, the homecoming of your soul. So it says you have much more power over the situation than you previously realized. Accept and love yourself exactly as you are. Calmly assert your boundaries. Speak your truth with love. Don't do anything that doesn't feel right to you. Consult your inner knowing about what to do rather than relying on any externally imposed ideas of what is right or wrong. Do not falter or second guess yourself. Ask for what you need. Know that when you take care of yourself and only do what feels right to you, you are safe. Know that when you honor your authentic needs and desires, you will thrive. Treat everyone with respect, including yourself. I love that. Treat everyone with respect, including yourself. I mean, that sounds so basic, but for some reason it's like resonating with me right now. Be willing to listen to others and consider their points of view, but remember that you have the final say over what you choose to do or not do and with whom you choose to spend time. Spend time with clover blossom, drink red clover tea, or take the homeopathic flower essence remedy. Red clover tea is good for the sacral chakra too. It's good for the reproductive organs and stuff. So anyway, little bit of info there. But yeah, let's get into the infinite prayer transmission. Let's get you an intention, a statement. There's always a statement that comes through that correlates, that kind of like integrates into the transmission that's correlated with this reading. So let's get yours. Ooh, I heard you are ready. It's pretty simple what's coming through. You are ready. Take the leap. You are safe. Oh, I love that. Okay, cool. All right. Well, if you feel called to the infinite prayer transmission, there is a link down below. Again, there's a small window of opportunity to get 50% off your first month of membership in Patreon. The overflow membership is where you will get access to the infinite prayer transmission. If you miss that opportunity, hit the subscribe, hit the bell so that you don't miss another one. Every month I have an opportunity. So thank you so much for being here. I am honored by your presence, and I hope I see you in another one soon. Bye.
If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick-a-flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new pick-a-flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single infinite prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved.